Hi guys, thanks for joining. So this is a really special episode and I am so excited. This is the first episode of Amy's Apron. I just started a YouTube channel and this is going to be my very first video. And we are making one of my all-time favorites, peanut butter cookies. So thank you for joining and I think you're gonna love this recipe. We're starting with a stick of butter. It needs to be softened to room temperature. That's really simple. Just pull it out in the morning and let it just get nice and soft. It'll just take a couple of hours. If you're in a big hurry, all you need to do is take your stick of butter and put it in a little Ziploc bag and put it in a bowl of just barely warm water, just barely. Okay, and now, if I can get it open, our peanut butter. Okay, need 3/4 cup of peanut butter. And I know I had a 3/4 cup here. Here's my 1/4 cup, but there it is. Yep, 3/4 cup. So we're just gonna scoop it out. Push it right on in. Peanut butter isn't necessarily the easiest thing to measure, but guys, you can do it. Homemade peanut butter cookies, there's just nothing like it. Ah! Try not to spill the peanut buttery goodness though. Okay, so here we go, right in the bowl. Okay, I just push the peanut butter right on in there. We're going to let this kind of mix together and then we're going to add in our sugars. Okay, that's all. Just enough to kind of get it started. That's all we needed. So now, I need 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Don't forget to scoop and pack it. So you scoop and push it down and make sure it fills to the top. 1, 2, 3, okay. And then here's a 1/4 cup of just regular granulated sugar. And at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add my salt. It's just a little pinch of salt. Okay, so right now, this is very important. The butter and the sugar, they're creaming together. And the sugar is gonna punch all these little air holes into the butter and the peanut butter, and that makes it nice and fluffy and creamy. So you really don't wanna skip out on this step. It's super important and super easy and fast. You really just wanna do it. Now I will tell you that with this thick, heavy peanut butter, it won't fluff up quite as much as when you're just doing a plain stick of butter and sugar, but it's still gonna fluff up a little bit. It will lighten, and that's really what you're looking for. Hey guys, so welcome back to Amy's Apron. Thanks for joining again. While we were gone, I cleaned up a little bit and I moved over the things that we're gonna need. So we're gonna need our flour, we're definitely gonna need some vanilla, we're gonna need an egg, and we are going to need our baking soda. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to add my vanilla and my egg in. I don't often measure my vanilla. I just put a little splash in, maybe a little extra splash. I love vanilla. And now our egg. Before we go any further, make sure to let your egg fully incorporate. You really, you just need it to all mix in, or you're never gonna get it mixed in after this point. Okay, that's in. So all we need to do is add our flour and our baking soda, and we are set. Here we go. Here's my container. I absolutely love this little guy. It seals really well and keeps my flour fresh. I need 1.5 cups of flour. There's my half. Okay. And now I'm gonna add my baking soda. Just a little 1/4 teaspoon. And then our last scoop of flour. Now, as soon as you see all the flour disappear, stop your machine. You don't want to mix anymore or it will be overmixed. Guys, this looks great. So we're gonna move over there and we're gonna roll out our cookies. Okay. Welcome back. When we left off, we had just finished mixing up our cookie dough. Guys, this really smells amazing. So I've had to move over to my desk area. Normally right now I work on the stovetop, but I live in a house filled with people and it's really loud. So we're gonna work in here at the desk. But that's not a problem. Guys, you just work wherever you have the space, and don't worry about if you're in a traditional kitchen area. You don't need to do that. It's okay. So I've already rolled out most of the cookies. So let's just do the last 2. One thing I want to warn you about is this is kind of a crumbly dough, but don't worry, it's going to be really good. So when you are rolling out your little cookie dough balls, just kind of squish it into your hand as you create a little ball. And then just kind of give it a little push. And we'll do one more. Squish it up a bit. This is how you work with crumbly dough. It is so simple, not a big deal at all. And it will be super tasty. Okay, here we go. Now, the final thing we need to do is give it that little crisscross look. Okay, I really love the crisscross look. Okay, just press in one direction. And I have just a little bowl of flour here that helps my fork to not stick. And just press down in one direction, every one of them, and then we're going to go the other way. You don't have to turn your pan. I just do sometimes so I can get a better angle on what I'm doing. I love this crisscross look, and honestly when I'm eating my cookies, I break them on the little crisscross lines and I eat sections at a time. I don't know why, but I love doing that. Okay, almost done. So what I'm using here is a silicone mat to roll my cookies onto. That is essentially like using a piece of parchment paper under your cookies to keep them from sticking. Except you can reuse it over and over again. Okay guys, look. I just love them, and I cannot wait to bake them. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna put these in the oven, and let's eat some peanut butter cookies. Thanks for joining on our very first episode of Amy's Apron.